Let me preface this whole video by saying I'm only speaking from my personal experience, and on top of the fact that I've been a student of the YouTube game, or just whatever I do, regardless, and I see what works, what doesn't, and everybody sees it, but people ignore it. Like me, I ignored it. But I want to preface this saying I'm not no YouTube guru. I don't understand how everything works. I don't know all the tips and tricks. This is just how I feel. Now, for my transition from YouTube to Instagram, and a little before that, when I was really deciding I was going to do it, I realized that YouTube is its own talent. And when I say that, you know, I was on here, I was trying to rap, I was trying to dance, I was trying to be an entertainer, a performer. In that respect, I was realizing that none of that kind of stuff gets attention on YouTube unless you already have a following and then you get more exposure. YouTube is a great place for exposure, but it's not the best place to build a certain type of brand. You can build a great brand as a YouTuber doing YouTube things like pranks and reactions and stuff that strictly limits you to YouTube. Trying to build stuff, doing stuff like filmmaking and rapping and dancing and all the stuff, comedian skits, stuff like that. You can't do that anymore. You used to be able to do that because not that many people made YouTube videos, so it was easier to stumble upon some great work. That's led me to realize that YouTube is its own skill. The acting, the timing of everything, being precise enough and smart enough to do certain things at certain times. Like, I'm not saying it's an easy job. It's definitely not an easy job because people will turn on you like that on YouTube. If you want to build an audience for a talent that is not incorporated within the things you see people getting famous on YouTube for, then you probably shouldn't be on YouTube. I'm not saying that it's impossible for it to happen. It takes a whole lot more work to do it for a different talent that you don't see people getting blown up on YouTube for than to do it for stuff that is like pranks and all that. You see it. You see it all the time. Like me, you don't believe it because you're like, oh, I've met these people that are still YouTubers that came up on YouTube. That was 10 years ago. We're in 2017. It's not time for that anymore on YouTube. You can go other places. You see the entertainers that do the other stuff that's not YouTube stuff. You see them on Instagram and you see them on Twitter. They don't even mess with YouTube, half of the people. And I don't blame them. It's not even that it's a lot easier. It's just a lot more free flowing. It just feels a whole lot better focusing on this side of it than thinking extra hard, because you got to be so calculated. When I mean calculated, I mean like uploading a certain type of video, trying to figure out how you're going to get people to come through to see that video, and then hopefully they'll subscribe to you. Half the time they don't, majority of the time they don't. So calculated, and learn the YouTube attention grabbing side of it so much that it takes away from the fun of the stuff you want to do, that the talent that you have doesn't even feel like it needs to be your strongest suit. What you do to get people's attention needs to be your stronger suit than the talent. You see people that aren't very talented getting big all the time. What do they really do? They just post stuff that feels like anybody could do. I'm not knocking people like that, because regardless, it's a lot of work to be an entertainer, period, to get people's attention, to hook up with people, get connections, because you need stuff like that, and you need to put out a lot of content consistently, or people just forget about you. But my point is that YouTube isn't the place where you just upload any type of content and get big. You actually have to be a certain type of YouTuber. I've had this video idea in my mind for like a couple weeks. I really don't even want to make this. I just feel like I need to do this so I can get it out of my head. But this is exactly how I feel about it. I'm really saying this for anybody that happens to stumble across this, that was in the same situation as me, and say, oh, well, he did it. Like, I seriously got onto Instagram, what, like a month ago, 2 months ago? I started with like 100 followers. I got like 700 something now. That's not just because I make the videos. I do other stuff. But yeah, it just feels like, it actually feels like I'm making progress. On YouTube, it didn't feel like I was making progress, because it was driving me crazy, because I felt like the things I wanted to do wouldn't get me the progress that I needed. But even the things that even though I did the things that I didn't want to do, and it still wasn't enough to make me say, okay, I just gotta grind this out and maybe I'll get it one day. On Instagram, I'm not even big. I'm so small. I'm not even at 1,000 followers, and I get more people to see those videos than I do to see my YouTube video. That's just how I feel. Not even how I feel, but the lens I'm seeing YouTube through right now. If anybody needed to hear this, you're welcome, I guess. I don't know. Thank you for watching the video. I couldn't get people to do that before. I mean, if I still upload on here though, in my other channels or whatever, when I feel like it. Well, not even when I feel like it, so that I can get the video on my phone, so I can put it to Instagram. That's really why I still upload on YouTube. I ain't gonna tell nobody that, but you already know how that is. Yeah, so you can subscribe if you like my rap videos. You can subscribe to my dance channel, my ranting channel. Links in the description, I think. I could be wrong about that. So you can go do that if you want to. I'm not really gonna beg you. I would beg you to follow me on Instagram. You got an Instagram and you watch, you mess with me, because I do a lot of stuff. I feel like I'm still growing. I'm still getting better, but I feel like I'm at the point where I should have a bigger audience than I do. And that's why I even took the step to go to Instagram. And now I feel like I'm actually gaining the audience that I wanted. And another thing about it is, I'm a lot happier now. I'm not even really making money. I'm not even making money. Not even, like, not really. I'm not even making money off of it. I'm doing the same things I've wanted to do. People don't care so much on Instagram. People won't get on you for doing videos that you want to do. Nobody's unfollowing you just because of some stupid glitches, or because they didn't like what they saw, or they just don't like it, they just skip it or whatever. So I just feel like it's a lot more carefree, but at the same time, I don't want to make bad content. I still try to put my best into it. If you're in my situation, I'm not saying everybody that watches this and does YouTube is not in the right place. You could very well be in the right place, but I'm saying for people like me that feel like they have a talent they want to display and like build an audience for people, or they just because they like me or whatever, I don't know. I'm almost at 1/3 of the followers I have on Instagram compared to what I had on YouTube, and like, it took me a month.